Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's true. This man has no dick. For this is a Fred the Alien Productions podcast.
Dickless.
Dickless. Dickless. Cue the music.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Look, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
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 Hello, I'm a Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya and
And I'm a dog and cat living together, mass hysteria, Michael Lister.
And you are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it through the mediums of everything that we have, including 3 hosts.
Fulya's
Wow.
back!
What?
Fulya's back!
Turned.
Hey.
For now.
Return. Episode 6, Return of the Fulya.
Yes. Return.
Welcome,
Oh, my goodness.
welcome. It's good
Thank
to have
you.
you back. We have missed you terribly.
I
Yes.
have missed
not
you
the
all
same.
too. I know.
It's not the same.
Not the
Oh,
same.
I've been listening to all of the episodes. Every time I wasn't here, I was like, oh, I miss being on the podcast.
Well, I'm very glad you're here now. So
Yeah.
that's great. Let's get back into what we do when it's the 3 of us. And we'll start things off with the weekly watchings. Please, Fulya, what have you been watching?
Yes. Okay. Well, it's been a while since I last. No.
It's been a while.
The last time I gave you updates, it was probably about 3 weeks ago, I believe. Unfortunately, I've been really busy working at the tennis. And then as soon as that finished, I got straight into playing hockey,
No.
which kind of clashed with recordings. So
What's going on, Sporty Spice? Why you stop being a nerd and be a sports fan? What
I'm a
what?
jock now.
Oh.
Nah. Sorry, this will be Fulya's last episode, everyone.
How dare you? How dare you
How
mention the
convenient,
sports ball?
I won't be here next week because of sport too. Not me,
Hey,
just like.
Mouse my nut.
But anyway, since the last time that I mentioned my watchings, I have finally finished Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card,
Hey.
which was the anime that I had bought on Blu-ray. So I'm glad to have bought it and watched it, because then I immediately went looking for the actual original series Cardcaptor Sakura, and I found it on YouTube. So I watched the first couple of episodes on YouTube. So hopefully I can go back to that and continue watching that, because it's actually a really good series. It's actually quite fun, very cutesy. Yeah, got a really nice story to it, and lots of magical things happen too. So
A lot of cards, a lot of captions.
yeah, cards are involved. Yes, and she has to catch them. So
And she has a nice little outfit and a stick to hit things with.
well, it's more like a scepter thing, but yeah, essentially.
It's a stick to hit things with.
So yeah, I've been watching that. I also watched Trevor Noah's new Netflix special, Where Was I? Which was good fun to watch as well. Enjoyed that. Good laughs as well and all that. I also watched a movie also on DVD, Mirai, which is an anime movie that I bought the DVD for a while ago. I just never got around to watching it. and so it's been sitting in like on like at the base of my TV for so long. So I was like, okay, today's the day I'm gonna watch it. So I watched it. I think it was like a week or two ago. I really enjoyed it. Had a little bit of sort of timey-wimey things happening, which was pretty cool. And yeah, it was the main protagonist of the story was a 4-year-old toddler boy.
Okay.
Which was interesting because it was about him being jealous of his newly born sister, and he was chucking tantrums because he wasn't getting the same attention that he used to before the sister came along. And so yeah, it was an interesting story because then when he got to his highest point of his tantrums, he would then go into this sort of space where he would be speaking to his sister in the future, who's old, like who's grown up more, but it's still his younger sister,
Right.
which is weird. And the sister was like, "Why are you hitting me all the time? You know, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I can't defend myself and all that." And she's also like, it was one of those things where the moments where he was going, because he wasn't just talking to future versions of his, sibling, but he was also talking to a human form of his dog. He was also talking to his past, who a great grandfather who had passed away a long time ago, but talking to the younger version of him. So it was like, it's an interesting story. Like the way I'm explaining it probably does not make sense, but it was actually really, really nice, and kind of cool because it was a family thing. His father is a architect, and so the house that they live in looks much more modern compared to a lot of other Japanese homes. But the thing of this story that it's actually centered around a tree that's been in the family for generations. So they've been living in this plot of land in this house for generations. Everything, including the house, has changed. The only thing that hasn't changed has been the tree. So the tree was kind of like the center of it all, which was kind of cool. But yeah, it was a really interesting anime movie. I would definitely recommend watching it. Good fun. Like I said, I'm probably not explaining it very well, and I apologize. But
No, it sounds cool.
it's a good movie.
It sounds right up my alley.
Oh yeah,
It's anime and it's also time travel.
and parenthood.
Parenthood. A 4-year-old boy enters the Speed Force and becomes a 4-dimensional being, and where all time goes on all at once.
But he is still his 4-year-old self.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't change.
No. Everything is happening around him in his bubble.
Yeah. The one thing I will mention is the DVD obviously has special features, and one of the special features was an interview with, I think, the director-writer, and he said that it was very difficult to try and make a movie where the actual main character is a 4-year-old boy, and they're trying to tell the story from his perspective. So, like, how do you how do you sort of go from there? Like, it's not like you're the 4-year-old, so you have to sort of think about, your past or your kids, if you've got kids that are about that age, and sort of go from those experiences. So it was actually interesting to listen to him talk about the journey that they went with actually creating this movie. So it was actually pretty cool. Another thing that I will mention that I watched, it is the last thing that I'll mention that I've watched because I can't remember anything else. And it's literally before we even started this recording, I've just finished Breakpoint season 2. which is the tennis documentary where the creators of Drive to Survive did the F1. That's the Formula One version. This is the tennis version. So they're centered around tennis players throughout the season, and so the season 2 is about 2023 tennis season, which was really interesting to sort of watch and see where the players have gone. And literally the first episode was titled The Netflix Curse. Because for some reason, after everybody watched season 1 of Breakpoint last year, and then obviously the tennis season had begun, and people who follow the tennis will follow every tournament throughout the year, and they ended up watching the show, and then as they were watching their favorite players or all these tennis players play through the tournaments, they were finding that a lot of them who were featured in Breakpoint were actually losing in the first and second rounds of the tournaments, especially the main Grand Slams, which was really fascinating, because that didn't even occur to me, because I don't really follow the other tournaments throughout the year. So when I was watching this season, the first episode titled The Curse, a lot of the players that were featured in Breakpoint season 1 had either pulled out because of injury or lost in round 1, and it was like, what? What's going on? They even pulled clips from people's social media, content creators who made videos about this and giving it the title of being a Netflix curse and whatever. And it was just really interesting to see how they went. But then there was obviously one other player who was also in season 1, but in this particular season last year ended up winning the Australian Open women's singles last year, which meant that she obviously broke the curse. So
exception
not
to
a
the
thing.
rule.
It's not a thing. But it's Breakpoint's a really good show if you're really into the tennis. If you follow the tennis, it's definitely worth watching. So I would highly recommend it. I do enjoy it, even though I don't really follow the tennis as much. I only literally follow it while I work at the Australian Open myself, which is where I was for the last month.
Hey.
But for me, the main watchings I did for all of most of January was watching tennis players play tennis.
The constant.
I was tracking the players on camera.
The constant sound of just haunts your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Fault. Shit.
That's my watchings for the last month. Thank you. Thank you very much, Fulya. Michael, what about you?
Hello. I'll just keep this brief because I haven't really been watching much either. I've decided to start rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animate
You know what?
show.
I saw it pop up on my Netflix feed, and I was
Same.
like, "Oh, I could totally do this, but I'm not going to."
I am, because I'm insane. Because what's good about Netflix is you can skip the credits as well as the recap and title sequence. And
yeah, this is true.
when it's on the app on my phone, I can scale up the speed to 1.5. So I've finished first season in 2 days.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how anybody can listen to a podcast or watch something that is faster than its original format.
Yeah, nah. Insane.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
I think it's how I'm wired. If I'm not really if I'm doing something at the same time, then yeah, I can do it. But if I'm sitting down and watching it, it does get a bit tedious. But I can just sit there for hours and just go, yeah, yep, and you're at the North Pole. Sweet, okay. Yeah, so I'll be watching that, and I'll get these. So by the next podcast, I'll finish the entire series, and I'm tempted to watch the Last Airbender movie because it's not called Avatar.
No, don't.
It's all right. I'll watch it at
Oh,
1.5 speed,
no.
so it will end quickly.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I can
I'll pray
compile
for you.
notes because the series is coming out on the 22nd. Shameless plug, but yeah, I won't do the same for that because I'll be watching it for the first time.
Well, yeah, good to get that comparison ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've heard interesting stuff come out, but we'll see when it does come out. The proof is
That we
in the
will.
pudding.
The proof is in the pud.
The pud. The pud is
Yeah,
always the pud.
I watched a little video thing that came out on I think it was Instagram or something or Facebook where the cast members watched the trailer and they were being recorded, their reactions were being recorded on camera. And it was really cool because you could see them getting really excited, seeing the trailer all coming together with all the effects and stuff. So, yeah, it was really cool to watch that. So if you can find it on, I think it might have been either I think it might be on the Netflix Instagram page or something like that. So, yeah, it was good fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I saw the thumbnail of that on YouTube because I'm subscribed to the Netflix YouTube channel, which is kind of weird. Yeah. Watching a streaming service on a streaming service. Anyway, everything's connected. Speaking of which, well, quite the opposite of a streaming service. I went to the movies. Yay. I went to the movies the first time of 2024, and I didn't go to the movies in January, so I went in February. Yeah. And I watched Poor Things. So much Poor Things. Yes. I watched Norman Osborn create oh, what's her name? Martha May.
No.
Emma
I'm
Stone?
blanking. No, yeah, the
Emma-
character she played in Spider-Man. I forget her bloody name.
Gwen Stacy, there we go.
Gwen Stacy.
And she formed a relationship with the Hulk, with Bruce Banner. So
Yeah.
there you go. In order for our nerdy fans to actually get that. Okay. And
Yeah.
so I watched that. And I'm glad that I did because it's a very interesting film. I don't know if I like it or not. but
That's fair.
But I think it's one of those sort of art house movies that are very interesting watching and dissecting as well. I like the aspect of the film, pretty much forming itself into its own identity until close to the end, and that just dictates what, dictates Emma Stone's character of the sort of Frankenstein sort of thing, becoming. It's like a coming of age story without being a coming of age story, which I actually quite enjoy. And it's more of a human story and humanistic, gothic sort of horror, and just a treat to the eyes, and all the cinematography and the sort of different styles and tones and hilarious in some points and absolutely horrific in others, and downright disgusting in some. But a lot of sex. There's a lot of sex.
Yeah.
But sorry.
There's a lot of sex. Yes, I was agreeing. Sorry.
I thought you were putting an adjective in there. But I will. Horrific sex. Not romantic in any way.
No.
But
no.
tonally, it sort of fits of how love making can be like gross and fun and everything in between, and this woman's sort of coming into adulthood, womanhood, and finding out the morals and aspects of the world in dare I say 18th century sort of turning of the century sort of thing aspect. Yeah, it was a movie. I'm not going to rate it because I don't rate, and this is the particular movie that can't really rate it. It's more of an experience than most. Yeah, but it was enjoyable in a way, in a weird way. Yeah, and I know you've seen it, Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not you, Fulya. It's probably not your.
No, Fulya would not enjoy this movie.
It's not your bag.
Not her bag. Not her bag at all.
But the cinematography is fun.
Cinematography is great.
Yeah.
The cinematography, the production design, the costumes, like all the tech stuff in this film is amazing.
When they're on the boat and you can see like the skyline, and it's like, oh, it's that 1960s sort of era where they put like it's like oils and that in water, and it makes this sort of vignette of different shapes and everything like that, and that's what the sky looks like. It's like, oh, that's really great and really appreciative. And yeah, poor Mark Ruffalo. Poor guy.
He's so good in it.
I know.
He was so good in it.
All of them are.
All of them are fantastic. The whole cast. Yeah.
And well deserved of getting like nods in that, because it was a really weird, fantastic film. So that's
very unique.
Very unique. Very new. Yeah, unique New York.
Yes.
Even though it's set in Europe. Anyway. And none of them are European, which is weird.
This is true.
It's like weird. And they're all doing like British accents.
British.
Yeah, so that was my fun time.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
A lot of movies coming out this month, I want to say. And some good, some bad, some ugly. I love them. Cool. Yep. And that's basically what I've been watching. Otherwise, watching / listening to Critical Role. Been slowing down on that because there's a lot of other stuff that I want to watch. Like Avatar in 1.5 speed. Because I'm nuts.
Because you're nuts.
Speaking of
you're
nuts.
A nutty chap.
Yeah. You want to get nuts? Kendall, you like getting nuts?
Let's get nuts.
Let's go.
Yeah, I like getting nuts. I am nuts. Yes, well, I've watched a lot of stuff this week. I won't mention everything. I'll just pick 3 things. Starting with, I watched there's a documentary that dropped on Netflix at the start of the week called The Greatest Night in Pop.
I saw that.
Which is about the conception and the story, I guess, from start to finish of the song We Are the World. So obviously, as a massive Michael Jackson fan, I was going to be watching this because he is one of the co-writers of the song and features heavily in the documentary as well. So yeah, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I think if you're a fan of pop culture, especially music pop culture and music history, it's worth a watch because it's just insane that they were able to pull this off and get like just the names of like singers in this room, like Bruce Springsteen, Cyndi Lauper, Tina Turner, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Bob fucking Dylan is there. Like, I mean, you've got Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie leading it with Quincy Jones at the helm, and it's just, oh my god. It was really cool to just watch, because, like, they filmed the whole thing, because they were filming the music video for it at the same time as they were recording it. So there's just so much footage, and it's so much footage I'd never seen before as well. So there was, like, new stuff with Michael that I didn't hadn't seen or heard about, and I always get a kick out of seeing and hearing new stuff with him because it brings him back to life for me for a second, and that's really nice. So, but yeah, it was a really great documentary, and they have like interviews with a lot of the people who worked on the song and who were there, and like producers and other things, and yeah. So yeah, if you're a music lover, it's a must watch. The next thing I watched was a series that I binged in a day because it's a comedy, less than half an hour episodes, 8 episodes. I watched Jury Duty.
Ah,
Mike, I think you may have heard of this. Fully, I don't know
yeah.
if you have.
I have.
You have? Yes. So it's on Amazon Prime. And I recommend you guys check it out. Mike, I reckon you'll get a kick out of it. Fulia,
I've watched the
I'm not
first couple of
sure.
episodes with
Okay.
a friend.
Okay,
I
and
did not
you
like
didn't
the
like
humor.
it.
I didn't like the humor that was going on in that show.
It's a little, yeah, I was gonna say it might be a bit more of a almost cringe. for you.
It really is.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was hanging out with some friends on Australia Day weekend last week, and we randomly just came up in their YouTube feed like a behind the scenes video of it, and we just watched it, and then we're like, oh fuck it, let's put on the first episode, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So then I binged the rest when I got home. And yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I just like just the concept of, you know, this one guy thinks the whole thing is real, and he has no idea that he's surrounded by actors. I mean, apart from James Marsden, who's playing himself fabulously, might I add. That was hysterical. I love it when actors play themselves and make fun of themselves. It's one of my favorite things. But the whole cast is great, and the outlandish and crazy shit that just keeps happening. Like the case itself is really stupid. Like it's this guy who's being sued by this company that he used to work for because he wandered in drunk and high and caused a crash in the factory to happen, and it was all this mess. But then it's like as it goes on, things are revealed to be not what they seem, and so but then it's also about just that the jury ends up getting sequestered, which means they end up getting shut off from society, and they all have to kind of live together in this hotel or two hotels, and and so it's about like what they get up to and the random fucking shit, and just the fact that they were able to pull this off so successfully without this guy never finding out. Oh man. Yeah, I was very impressed. I think just for a technical perspective, it was a great achievement. But I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Question.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is spoiler territory for anyone who hasn't seen it, but does the guy find out by the last episode?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? He doesn't find out until he says, "Oh, what's this?" Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, what they do, they tell him at the end of episode 7, so it's the cliffhanger going into the finale. And basically the last episode kind of serves as a behind the scenes doco episode.
This is what we
where
did.
this is how it came together, this is how we pulled this off, and like the cameras are also showing him, so you're going along the journey with him as you find out what happened, he finds out what happened, and you see his reaction, his face and stuff, and so it's really cool. Really cool. But I really liked it a lot.
I'm glad you mentioned that it was James Marsden, because for a while you were talking, it was like, wasn't it Rob Lowe?
No,
but they look very similar in my head for some reason.
They all, I can understand that. Understand that.
Americans all look the same. Don't
Yeah. They all look alike. So that was really, really good. It's Ethan. And the other thing I wanted to mention that I watched was I also went to the movies this week. I took myself to the cinema and I watched The Holdovers. Yeah, Mike, you're gonna love this movie.
It's only in Star Cinema, and it only happens during the day, and
I know. I remember you telling me. My heart breaks
I
for you.
want to watch it.
It's really good.
Stop saying that.
Yeah. No, I wasn't sure about it sort of as I was going through, but the more it unraveled itself and just, like kept going and going and going, it just was a really nice, it's like a really nice kind of wholesome story at the center of it. Like, yeah, and I didn't realize it was set in like 1970. I thought it was set in like the 80s based on the trailer, but no, it's set in 1970. So fully, I don't know if you know this movie, but it's basically about this boarding school in America. Paul Giamatti plays this teacher who's like he's like an eternal bachelor. He's a very unique and high-strung individual, his way or the highway in terms of teaching. He doesn't get along with anyone, not even his peers. And basically he ends up getting tasked to look after what they call the holdovers for the holiday season, because it's a boarding school. The kids, most of them, they're supposed to go home to their families, but some of them can't, so they have to stay. So someone has to stay and look after the kids. And it's basically the story about him and this one kid kind of like bonding, I guess, over the course of 2 weeks, over the Christmas and New Year period. And yeah, it's a great story. Acted superbly well. The actor that plays the kid, Dominic Sessa, this is his breakout performance. I've never seen him before, and wow, he's got a career ahead of him. Like the fact he was going fucking toe to toe with Paul Giamatti, I'm like, dude, you've got the chops. And yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say something stupid. You mean he went toe to toe with the Rhino?
The Rhino. Yeah, the Rhino. The Rhino himself.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. It always comes back to Spider-Man. Yeah, Paul Giamatti though. Yeah, like, wow, what one of the best performances of his career. Like, yeah, he was outstanding, and he had like the best fucking dialogue. The dialogue in this movie is amazing, and the way they do the comedy is good. Like, fully, you'd be able to watch this movie. It's not cringe comedy. Like, it's not crude. It's not rude. It's just like, genuine humor. Like it's a little dry in parts, but it's also just I don't know. It's just very entertaining. And there's one.
Well, I go watch that trailer right now.
And there was one big laugh that the entire cinema went up towards the end of the film. I'm not going to say what the line is, but it was just like, holy fuck. So yeah, it's yeah, similar to what you said with Poor Things, Mike. This is another one that's deserved of all the award attention it's been getting so far. So yeah, I highly recommend people watch The Holdovers. It was good. It's a good time.
I tried to explain to my wife roughly the synopsis for Poor Things, and I didn't get past the first scene, and she said, nope.
What were you like? So Emma Stone plays a woman who is brought back to life and is taught how to be a person again.
Basically said like it's like a Frankenstein story. It's like oh,
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me? It's like, okay, well, it's probably a movie that you're not going to see. The first scene is this woman jumping off a bridge and committing suicide. Nope.
Nope. That was enough. That was
like,
all
good.
she needed to hear.
I won't explain how the procedure sort of happened then.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I won't explain that either, but man, that was a twist I was not expecting, and I'm really glad that they did that.
I was gobsmacked.
Yes, gobsmacked is the word. That's for sure.
Interesting concept of how how this character is sort of formed and learning. But no.
Bit fucked up.
Do not
Anyway.
like it. Anyway, holders.
Yes, gold leader. All right, that's the weekly watchings, and epic weekly watchings. Thank you, everyone. That was great. Which means now we must put our sad faces on because it's time for the nerdy news.
This is the news, the nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with most S, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
Your ears are doing right?
Ears.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Levels will be fixed later.
Okay. All good. All good. Okay, so yes, sad faces on for this because this is not a great thing that we're going to talk about, but we have to obviously mention the fact that Carl Weathers passed away this week, the age of 76. I don't believe they have disclosed his cause of death at this time, but to say that it was sudden and very shocking to everybody is an understatement. Yeah. Yeah, what an icon of the industry, of cinema, of television, of just all general badassery. You know, all of us are definitely of the generation that kind of grew up with him, and maybe, you know, our parents to a degree as well. I didn't actually know that he was a gridiron player before he started acting. So that was something I learned this weekend. And the fact that he went on to have the career that he did is just wonderful. Obviously, Apollo Creed being his big breakthrough role in the Rocky movies, the Rocky franchise. And, you know, Predator as well is another iconic performance from him. For me, I won't speak for everyone here, but for me, obviously, Happy Gilmore is Chubbs. That's where I first saw Carl Weathers. I'm pretty sure was Happy Gilmore. Probably my favorite character in that movie, if I'm honest. And I remember I used to get so upset when he died in the movie because he's just so great. The way he takes Happy under his wing and, you know, turns him into a great golf player. I almost said great hockey player. That's hilarious. It's the opposite. Like my favorite scene in that movie is the mini golf scene. I think that's a huge highlight. And he's great in that. And then of course, more recently, as the fantastic Grief Karga in the Mandalorian series. Thankfully, it seems where Mando series season 3 finished, his character kind of got like his ending. I suppose they were able to conclude Grief's storyline. You know, now that he's in charge of things, you know, and doing the right thing and all of that. I don't know what plans there would have been. I mean, they haven't said yet, I guess, what plans there would have been for you know, him appearing maybe in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that was announced recently, because obviously Mando and Grogu are they're living near where...
On the outskirts, yeah.
On the outskirts of... I can't remember the name of the bloody city. It's gone from my brain. But anyway, that place. So maybe he was going to be in it, but that's unfortunately not going to happen now. But yeah, what an amazing career and a legacy to leave behind, and like, yeah, he's an absolute household name, a legend, and it's very, very, very sad that he's no longer with us, but we will never forget him, and we will keep watching and rewatching all of his iconic performances forever and ever. Okay, before I get any more emotional, Fulya, tell me how you're feeling about the loss of Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah, it was a bit of a blow finding out that he passed away. I literally, when I woke up, I saw the notification and I was just like, oh no, this is sad day, very sad day. Yeah, look, honestly, I haven't really seen him in a lot of things. Like you, Kendall, first came across him, Happy Gilmore. And then I believe I probably would have heard his voice in a lot of things because he's done a lot of voice acting in animated shows and movies, including recently more so Toy Story 4. He was a character in Toy Story 4.
That's right.
Combat Carl.
Yeah.
Combat Carl. I forgot about that. Nice.
Also, he was also a main character in Chicago Justice, which unfortunately only had a one season. It only got one season, and then it got cancelled, so obviously didn't get the ratings that they really were hoping for. But yeah, he was one of the main characters in that show of the entire Chicago series, the one Chicago series. He did make appearances on Chicago Fire and Chicago PD as well in a few episodes there. But yeah, other than that, and The Mandalorian, of course, haven't really come across him in much else. But yeah, I might be sort of diving into his library of films that he has been in and shows and see what I can find, because he was definitely a wonderful actor. Just had a really awesome presence in whatever he did. So yeah, he's definitely going to be missed for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mike, how are you feeling?
Yeah, just sort of sucker punched me. Rocky. In the morning, I thought, bearer of bad news, because I get up at 5:30 to go to work. So it's like, I'm going to have to tell everyone. Yeah, this really sucks, because the cause we don't know, but we don't really need to know, really. It's just a sad loss that someone who's that prolific in cinema, like especially in the Rocky franchise, a character so prolific that it definitely spawned on the new Creed franchise, a new spin on things, and he's the connective tissue. I think it was last year that I recently watched all of the Rockies and some of the Creeds. I think I'm up to date with the Creeds. I think I needed to watch the other one that came out, but I don't know if I should watch that, because it's got a certain.
You must not be named.
Anyway, wow, he did it before, which is a shame, because I really like Lovecraft Country. Anyway,
Me too. Anyway, let's not waste our time.
Anyway, Carl. Yeah, definitely my first time was Happy Gilmore, and just that character of the wise old mentor, with the with one hand. It's sad, and he did a cameo in Little Nicky of the same character, because Little Nicky wasn't really that great. Anyway, but it deals with heaven and hell, and when they were in heaven, Chubbs was there. So it's it was Little Nicky's mother's tango instructor or something like that. He just comes in and is like, ready for are you ready yet? And it's like, just give me 5 minutes. Remember, it's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Yeah. It's all in the hips. Cool. Yeah. And also, Combat Carl. He did that because my kids are into the Toy Story, and I thought, that's cool. Because originally, he wasn't going to be. He wasn't Combat Carl. It was just an offhand joke in the first one, so they made Combat Carl, because Predator, which I watched recently, because I haven't seen it, and it still sort of holds up, being dumb fun, but still cool at the same time.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, for a slasher, alternative slasher. And he was great in it. And Arnie and Sly came out to send their condolences as well, because he was like one of those actors that went between those when they were doing their sort of mock rivalry sort of thing. And also Pedro Pascal also comes out as just heartbroken. Words what was it? Words fail.
Words fail. He
Yeah.
said that was all he said. And Ming Na Wen, her post that she put on Instagram kind of broke me a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
who
yeah,
knows?
it's nice to see the outpouring. From
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. It was just a shock and everything. And also Adam Sandler came out as well because Chubbs.
Yeah.
Chubbs. Yeah. So possibly, not to jinx it or anything, but maybe just retire the character, or he's gonna have a statue next to BB-8.
Next to IG-11.
IG-11. Fucking androids with their numbers. Whatever. Star Wars is shit. I said it. Disney Star Wars is shit. It's always been shit. What are you talking about? Fucking Dune rip-off motherfuckers. Anyway.
What a great note to end on. Thanks for the laugh.
Anyway. Oh, speaking
lifted the spirits. Yes.
Anyway, have you seen the new popcorn bucket of Dune 2?
Did I ever? Thanks, Tumblr. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Do the other peoples get a reference as to what that was?
You know, well, have you? Well, sandworms. They sort of look like yeah. Sorry, a picture. They kind of look like you know, like the mouths of leeches. It's sort of like this long thing with teeth.
Yeah.
And a sort of concertina in. It's sort of like that, but they made it into a popcorn bucket, and unfortunately, it looks like something else.
Oh.
So you're putting your hand into a sandworm, but, and I use that term loosely, but it looks like a butt. Or something that's...
I just sent it for you.
Yeah. Or something that a male would use in a different way.
Flashlight!
Oh my goodness. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even, like, humans are great sometimes. Humans are terrible, but they're fucking amazing as well sometimes.
I'm glad the top is removable.
Well, you don't want to stick your hand in and grab what's inside?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. So that's a no to Dune 2 for you?
No to Dune altogether.
Oh, how dare you. How dare you.
How dare you.
How dare me.
How dare you.
Yeah. Funny enough,
fear is the mind killer.
Dan Harmon actually sent a picture. It's like, I'm glad to see that the community movie is going to have like its own popcorn bucket, and it's same thing, just with the because their flag looks like a butthole.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fuck. I got to do that now. All right. Let's move on, shall we? Old leader.
Yes.
All right. Moving into better news, I've got a bunch of casting announcements to read out to you guys. So, starting with some DC news, Millie Alcock, Australian actress Millie Alcock, has been cast as the one and only Kara Zor-El Supergirl in James Gunn and Peter Safran's upcoming DCU. This is very, very exciting. She was one of 3 actresses that were in the in the pot. The other 2 were Meg Donnelly and Amelia Jones. So yeah, really nice to see her getting this role. It's a huge win. Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
And oi. And yeah, of course, you know, for those who don't know her by name, you will know her as the young Rhaenyra Targaryen in House of the Dragon, season 1. So, yeah, she was amazing in that role. So
Yeah.
nice to see her success continuing.
The young one.
Yes, the young one. Yeah, so no, I'm looking forward to what she'll bring to the role. James Gunn seems to be very excited. Apparently, she auditioned super well, if you will. Yeah, I did that.
Super well, super easy.
And the story sounds really, really interesting for what the comic that they're adapting into this movie. So I can't wait. She's rumored to appear in Superman Legacy next year, but that's neither here nor there. We'll find out. That movie already sounds stacked to the gills, so I'm trying not to be concerned, but it's fine. Yeah, Mike, do you have any thoughts on Millie cast as Cora? Kara?
I reckon well done.
What?
Car.
Kara.
So we're gonna have an Aussie Supergirly.
Yeah,
Nice.
mate.
Yeah, mate. And it's going to be intergalactic castaway. But with women. So it's like Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
But better.
I wouldn't.
Oh, sorry.
I can't comment.
Sorry, my brain just went. It's like Yellow Jacket is better than Lord of the Flies.
Ah, right.
Maybe. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen Lord of the Flies.
Okay.
I've seen Yellow Jackets though.
How dare you.
I know the Lord of the. How dare you? Anyway, tangents again. We're tangenting.
Yes, get back to the pod.
Get back to the pod.
Get back to the chopper.
Get back to the fucking chopper. Next
Arnie's
item
Irish? Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Next item in the news.
Put that biscuit down.
We got some news revolving the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie this week. Lots and lots of fantastic news. The original cast from the previous two, they're all coming back. Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba, James Marsden, and Tika Sumpter are going to all be reprising their roles. Very, very glad to see that continuity happening. So yeah, that's fantastic. But on top of that, they're also adding some new members to the cast. In I think undisclosed roles so far, from what I can see. But the two biggest names that spoke to me were Cristo Fernandez from Ted Lasso, and Kristen Ritter, Jessica Jones, of course. So
Jessica.
Yeah, so fantastic. I definitely enjoyed the first Sonic movie. Second one was not as good, I will say. But I still got a kick out of it. Like, it was still fine. Didn't hate it, didn't love it, but it was like, yeah, no, this is good. And it's just nice to see Jim Carrey being balls to the wall Jim Carrey, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad. I'm really, really glad he's coming back as Robotnik. He's the best thing in this franchise, apart from Ben Schwartz, because I love Ben Schwartz. I will stand that man forever. Yeah, Fulya, do you have any comments on Sonic 3? Are you a fan of the franchise?
I've only seen the first one,
Boo.
and I haven't seen the second one. I'm not sure that I will, but
Okay.
I don't mind the first one. It was good fun. I don't know that I want to go back and watch the second one, but I don't know. Maybe oh my gosh, I'm offending Michael right now.
That's all right. In my opinion, the second one's better.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, maybe we need to have a new segment here where I watch a movie that I probably wouldn't, or saying that I won't.
Oh, I don't know.
I love that.
No.
Usually it's like, let's watch something like one of us hasn't seen, and now it's like, let's watch something the other person's like, I was never going to watch this, and I'm only doing it for a podcast. That's a good concept.
It's more of a stuff that you two will actually think I enjoyed that I never got around to watching, like Shazam.
Oh well.
Okay, well
Which I
that's a
still haven't
list.
watched.
I still haven't seen Morbius.
Yeah, look. Yeah, look. All the movies you're naming are pointless, so it's fine. Don't stress.
Yeah, the universe is dead now.
It's dead. Even the Sony verse is dead. Madam Web hasn't even come out yet, and I can't wait for the memes.
I applaud them that they're trying so much, so much promotion is out there.
No, but like trying to make it tank. Have you heard the shit Dakota Johnson has been saying about this movie?
I
Like,
know.
fuck me, she's terrible. I used to love her, but now I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you trashing your own movie? She's like, oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna do well. Oh, and I hated being in front of a blue screen. I hated it. It was terrible. But I can sleep for 14 hours. That's fine.
Yeah,
I could sleep for 14 hours. Anyway,
I've got my.
I do like her. I'm being harsh unnecessarily.
I've got my check. It's fine.
Yeah, literally paycheck. It's a fucking paycheck movie for them all. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to see it. I'm not. I have no plans to go. I still haven't seen Aquaman.
Oh really?
No.
Yeah, I still need to watch that second one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for it to come on streaming. I don't think it's playing at the cinemas anymore anyway.
You know,
Anyway, we're way
Yeah.
fucking off tangent. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. The Spider-Man, Sony Spider-Man universe of movies, Spum. So we call it Spum. It's not the MCU, it's Spum.
Spum. Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder. No wonder it's gonna fail. Anyway. Yeah. I guess all I'll conclude with is just saying I will be going to see Kraven the Hunter for the plot, and the plot is Aaron Taylor Johnson. So
Ugh. Okay.
that's eye candy. That's all I'm doing.
Out of all the
Just soaking it up.
Spums, why are you going to see that one?
Have you seen what that man looks like? I mean, hello. Anyway, Michael, do you have any additional thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog?
Why,
3?
yes.
Or shall we move on?
My eldest really enjoys Sonic, the movies, and I'm up there with her. I really enjoy them.
Hey,
And
nice.
a lot of fan casting is because Shadow is going to be in this movie, which is like the Shadow the Hedgehog is like the mirror version of Sonic, yeah, like Shadow Link and all that. And a lot of fan casting is wouldn't it be great if we get Hayden Christensen doing the voice of Shadow?
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
like-
that'd be sick.
It's like it's not going to happen, but if
It could happen. We don't know.
it's like, yeah, we're gonna have Sonic the because the big pull for Shadow is he's exactly like Sonic, but he's edgy, and he has an AK-47.
What?
Yeah, these the Sonic universe gets weird.
All right, we're entering the weird phase now. All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Let's embrace it. I mean, come on, it's going to be the third movie. How many movies has Mario done? Just one? Okay. And they still
One so far.
Time.
and they haven't greenlit a second one. That
Give it time.
they've only greenlit a Zelda movie, and I'm very concerned about that.
We're not going to talk about that.
Live action, really? Okay. Anyway,
Anywho.
anybody?
Anyway. Okay. Let's move on. Next bit of casting that was announced this week. More casting for The Last of Us Season 2. This one took me by surprise, and I'm so curious. I'm so curious because Moira Rose herself, Catherine O'Hara, is going to be joining the cast. No idea who she's playing. It's a mystery role for her at this stage. But yeah, I can't wait to see what she's gonna do. 'Cause
Scream Kevin.
if it's something, yeah, it's something we all know is that comedic actors are incredibly good dramatic actors as well. So I'm really looking forward to what she can do in this world. Who she's going to be. So yeah, I bring it on. I say. I cannot wait. I just hope she doesn't have to fold any cheese. Michael.
I've never seen Schitt's Creek, and I'm never going to.
No.
Oh, I touched a nerve there.
It's so good.
You have to watch it.
It's so good, Mike.
Oh yeah, well
It's
you
so
watch
good.
Dune and I'll watch Schitt's Creek. It goes exactly the same length.
Honestly, that's a win-win for both of you. I've seen both of those things. Yeah, no, it definitely is. Yeah, it's a win. You guys are winning. Literally, the song "All I Do Is Win." That's you guys.
Yeah.
After you watch
Sci-fi
those
sitcom.
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 hilarious sitcom and amazing sci-fi.
I
Anyway.
see your sitcom and raise you a sci-fi.
Mike,
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Catherine O'Hara?
I don't know who
joining
she's
Last
playing.
of Us?
I don't know
No.
anything about Last of Us Part 2, but I will because tomorrow, when we're filming this, I will be getting my PS4. And, and I'll be playing Last of Us 2 because I don't want to watch a gameplay of it because I want to be immersed into that and I want to cry like a baby.
Like a baby.
And also want to see what the controversial stuff is all about as well. Because Naughty Dog have released a sort of behind the scenes of Last of Us Part 2. And I've seen like a clip of one bit is like someone who plays a certain person, like the backlash happened. Is like, oh, turn it off. I'll watch this later when I watch the entire thing, play the entire thing. So yeah, I'm going to be a PlayStation 4 person
Nice.
for my birthday.
Nice.
For your birthday.
For my birthday. Yeah, I wasn't going to go PS5 because who cares? And I wanted to play Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2. And there's some games that I want to play as well. Maybe Spider-Man. I'll get myself the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe a Fallout 76. Or maybe a Fallout 4. And I'll definitely be getting, because it's coming in the mail, Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
Because I have Lego Dimension in the Wii U, and all the stuff is compatible for for the PlayStation. So
Except for the base connector thing.
really,
Yeah, because it has its own connection to the actual
but
console.
it's a USB, isn't it?
I mean, it could work. I'm not sure. I bought mine, and mine was for the Xbox 360. So
Well, we shall see.
yeah, you can find out.
Everything on the internet says otherwise, and I always trust the internet. The internet has my
The
back.
the figurines will 100% work
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure
yeah.
because
I'm-
they're fine. It's just the base itself that I'm
Yeah, the pad.
yeah.
The cord. It's a USB, and that can be plugged into
okay.
into any.
Yeah, if that's the case, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got me worried now. Thanks,
Sorry.
Fulya. It's my birthday, and you got me worried.
That
Thanks.
wasn't
Not your
my
birthday yet.
intention.
Thanks, Fulya. I'm glad you're back, by the way.
I'll go then.
I didn't say that. You're putting words in
Don't
my
do that.
mouth.
Don't go because you are in charge of the next item in the news.
Oh, okay.
story. So we need you for your talents.
Yes.
Because our final news thing to share this week is the latest Sony PlayStation State of Play that happened during the week that kind of had the internet abuzz. So Fully is going to take us through some of the highlights that the internet was, in fact, buzzing about. Fully, take it away.
Take it away, Fulya, the lady with the PS5. And I'm a PS4.
Yes. So the state of play happened first for 2024, and a lot of things came out of it. Big announcements, most of which was already known to a lot of people anyway, because this was just more of a, we're going to show you a little bit more of all the games and, you know, give you dates maybe, which a lot of them don't have. Which is really weird. So we got. I'm just gonna go through them and just sort of list them off. And if you want to know details about it, you can always do a Google search. Just, you know, State of Play 2024. You'll find it. There's a lot of information. So Death Stranding 2, which has an official title, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. And that one will be coming in some point in the future. So that had an extended trailer. Hideo Kojima also decided to jump on and have a little chat and say, hey, I'm also working on another IP for PlayStation, but he's not telling us what it is. So
Tell us.
Doing his usual thing and saying the only thing he's told us is that it's a new action espionage game coming to the PS5. When that will be, we do not know. So
when it's good and ready.
Yeah. We had a deep dive look into Team Ninja's Rise of the Ronin, which will be coming out on the 22nd of March. Until Dawn is getting a remaster for PS5 and PC this year. And you know, there've been also some talks of it becoming an actual film or series at some point that they're thinking of doing. Yeah.
Yes, that was announced. I think we talked about it last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's making a live action movie, yeah.
Yeah, so I think with that announcement, during the state of play, they're like, PS5 and PC get a remaster, so have at it. So that'll be coming out later in the year.
When the iron's
hot. Stellar Blade got a deep dive and a release date announcement. And the actual overview trailer was about 5 to 6 minutes long, so if you want to look into that, you can. That game will be coming out, I think, the 26th of April. We also got a look at Dragon's Dogma 2, which is also coming out on the 22nd of March. Mentioning Sonic in the news, we also have a game, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, has been announced. It'll be coming to PlayStation, and I'm assuming to all other major consoles at some point in the future. No official release date has been announced, but it is in the works. There was a shadow drop of Silent Hill: The Short Message on PlayStation, where it's I think it's like a short spin-off game from Silent Hill that everybody can play on PlayStation for free, apparently. So if you want to play Silent Hill: The Short Message, you can download that right now on your PlayStation Store and go for it. And there's also Silent Hill 2 remake project happening, but there has not been any kind of release date mentioned for that. We got an official story trailer for a game called Judas. Looks interesting. Not my kind of style of game.
Anyone else got Lady Gaga on the mind now?
Yeah.
Judas.
Apparently that game's going to be a first-person shooter, sort of combat style. Then we also got an announcement that V Rising is coming to PlayStation 5, which will be out later in the year. For those of you who don't know, Dave the Diver is getting a little crossover collaboration. Well, first of all, Dave the Diver's coming to PlayStation. Secondly, they're doing a little collaboration with Godzilla. They're adding Godzilla to Dave the Diver. In what capacity, we do not know. All we got was a reveal trailer of Dave the Diver with a DualSense controller playing a game of whatever, and then a shot of a lake or a lagoon of some sort, and all of a sudden it started to bubble up, and then out came Godzilla. So that made me laugh. Because Dave the Diver is essentially a sushi restaurant management game where you have to go and catch your own fish and seafood to then use to cook sushi. I don't know what Godzilla has to do with that, so we'll see.
Good. Japan. Japan.
So yeah, that little collaboration will be coming out in May of this year. Zenless Zone Zero is in development for PlayStation 5. It's a Hoyoverse game. For those of you who don't know, it looks very anime kind of game. Metro Awakening VR trailer. So there's a couple of VR games that were announced. Metro Awakening was one of them. And the second one was Legendary Tales. Legendary Tales. So that they will be available to play on the PSVR 2 later in the year, or they're in the works. Foam Stars. This might be a game I could play. Foam Stars is actually they're just literally just reminding everybody that the game is coming out. I think this week. I think. And as part of the PlayStation Plus extra monthly games, so everybody will be able to play it for free if you have PlayStation Plus in any of the 3 tiers. So you can look forward to playing that, everybody. It's essentially a PlayStation version of Splatoon.
Including you? You're going to be playing this? Maybe.
Well, the fact that it's going to be free for me, I might check it out because I have PlayStation Plus Extra.
Yeah.
I might have a look and see if I like it, but I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy it, but we'll see.
Yeah. There's Silent Hill. That's going to be for free. So.
Yeah, no, not for me.
You just got to wait until October. That'll be your Halloween stream. Silent Hill. Or hook up like a PS2, like those PS2 games.
Yeah, no.
Sort of not as, the polygons are clearly visible, so...
Mm-hmm. Helldivers 2 got a trailer. And that'll be coming out this week on the 8th of Feb. And yeah, they were essentially the major announcements that came out of the PlayStation State of Play. So if you want to know more details on all of the games that I've mentioned, you can go and do a Goog search and find out what you want. Watch trailers on YouTube. I'm pretty sure a lot of the trailers that were in the State of Play have now been cut up into their own little videos on the PlayStation YouTube channel, so you can go and check it out there.
Yeah.
And that was the State of Play.
You got internet on your phone? Use it.
Yeah, do a Goog.
Do a Goog.
Do a
Goog search.
Bing.
Do a Goog search.
Bing it. Go bing it.
Bing it.
Oh, what's that? Duck?
Bing.
Go wild duck.
Bing it on.
Duck search.
All right. I don't have anything to add. Thank you very much, Fulya, for taking us through that. That's very exciting. Mike, do you have any additional comments, or are you good?
Yeah, play Silent Hill. Anyway.
Yes. Play Silent Hill.
Yeah. Like the
You're all
PS1
going to die,
version. It ain't scary
wasn't
anymore. You
anymore.
can get away with
It
it.
ain't scary anymore. Oh, well, speaking of scares, that's the news. Done.
Yes.
Which means it's now time to roll on up to the trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. Yeehaw.
God damn it, Mike! You scared Fulya away with all your Silent Hill talk. She's left the stream
She's
to
turned
turn
the
the
light
light
on.
on because she was scared.
She was scared. I'm
She was
sorry.
scared.
I'm not gonna mention Resident Evil
Not gonna mention Resident Evil.
because that's PS PlayStation exclusive.
PlayStation exclusivity. Yes. Oh well, Fulya has actually left. And there we go. There she is. She's back. Yeah. We can stop stalling now.
You didn't have to.
It was the best
we're
of
gonna start
times. It
talking.
was the worst of times. And now the soliloquy from Hamlet.
Yes. Not delivered by me. Our first trailer this week has me more excited for this movie, but also more hesitant, more scared.
Which version did you see?
Well, I hope I watched the right one. But anyway, they dropped a new trailer for Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire this week, which, to my fucking surprise, saw the return of Walter Peck. Wow. William Atherton reprising his role all these years later, and looks like he's the fucking mayor of New York maybe now. I don't know. Sure. Why not? Why not? Yeah, so that was I got a kick out of seeing him. I was like, okay, movie, you have my attention now. You have my attention. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I don't know, but that's where like the joy started, and the joy started to fade a little bit, only because I'm worried that this movie is going to like fall to the curse of like nostalgia and member berries and all of that. Because I mean, I suppose Afterlife did that a little bit, but I think it did it in a nice enough way that it was just
Subtle.
it was just enough. It didn't overdo. They didn't overdo the nostalgia in that movie. I think. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a very good movie. But this trailer, I'm like, oh, okay. There's a lot going on because Walter Peck's back, Janine's back, which is great. I liked the little remark from Venkman being like, Janine Melnick's in a suit. I'm like, I love that. I thought that was funny. And then the trailer ended with Slimer, as well, and I was like, okay, all right, it's greatest hits time. We're doing this. Yeah, and Paul Rudd's just a bundle of joy as always. I like the fact that he's just living his best life, quoting the song and being Paul Rudd. So that's fun. So I don't know. I think it'll be a good time. I just hope it's a good movie. I mean, it's made by the same people that made the first one. That's generally a positive thing overall. So hopefully it pans out, because I'd like it to be a good addition to the franchise. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I cannot wait. I can't wait to watch it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Fulya, what did you think of it?
I don't know. Like I'm gonna watch it regardless. So regardless of what I say right now, it's gonna be a moot point.
All right, Michael, what are your thoughts?
Nah, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna be good fun. But like, I can see where your head is at with the whole nostalgia thing, Kendall. It does look like they're literally just putting in all of the different ghosts from you know, the past iterations of the films. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, look, I think we're just gonna not worry about it too much and just go into the cinema and just sit down and eat my popcorn and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be good fun.
You'll be
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Hmm.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Mike, what
Yes.
about you?
I was from the previous teaser trailer. I was really hyped because it looked like it was doing something different. We weren't going back to it's going to be Gozer or is it going to be a guy in painting. Which I'm happy that they're going to do something different. They're going to do a frozen ghost, which is good, and it's going to be something that we haven't seen before. And they said, and people have quoted that they're taking a lot of inspiration from the real Ghostbusters animated show, where it was more to do with like each week a thing happens and not necessarily stuff that we know. And after watching the first trailer, because there's two trailers and there's one international trailer and there's one North American trailer, and I assume a lot of people have seen the North American trailer, which is very Member Berry happy. With remember these, remember remember the ghost in the library? She's there too. She's scaring Ray.
Yeah, that was the other one I forgot.
Yeah, it's like it's like, and I was a bit crestfallen. I was like, no, I'm watching this regardless of like remember this or all of that. And then I watched the international trailer and I thought this is a much better trailer. Because it's not leaning into the Member Berry. It's more telling of the story. It's more to do with it didn't have Walter Peck in it, which is weird. I suppose that's just the Member Berry as well. Well, but it's sort of dealing with the sort of story of the orb that is. That Non-Giovanni is bringing into Ray to say we're looking for cursed artifacts. You can cash them in, and all this. And there's like a line of people with like different like scary dolls, one with a saxophone. It's like, yes, I like this, something new, something different. Gimme. In the same universe. And it turns out when Paul Rudd was singing the song, so that means the Ray Parker Jr. Song is actually in universe. Which, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Because if you go, so it's just dealing with more of what this threat is going to be, and we get to see it like freeze a proton stream, which kind of weird in in physics. It's like, wow, does that really work in physics? Come on, we're watching a movie that's got ghosts in it. Like spend your disbelief. I mean, I like the concept of flame being frozen. It's like that sort of logic. I kind of like that. Yeah, so I will say, watch the international trailer. It's a whole lot better.
Yeah, I'm literally watching it right now. And yeah, it's definitely more of a story trailer. That's kind of cut together a lot better than
Yeah.
And the one that we've been talking about, which is sort of like an amalgamation of the nostalgia and the story together.
Oh,
to try and get the people in.
Remember Bill Murray's in it? Bill Murray's in it. Yay, Bill Murray's in it.
But this one still has Slimer and the librarian ghost in it as well.
Yeah,
so it's not free of the thing, but yeah, Walter Peck's not in the trailer, and yeah. But no, it looks but maybe I don't know. It's similar-ish to the first trailer, similar-ish. but
Yeah.
it's
Like-
yeah, no, it's good.
Like there's a shot Phoebe. Can't remember. Yeah, young girl. Yeah, she's playing chess.
Yeah, Phoebe, I think.
Yeah, she's playing
Yes.
chess. So Egon is doing maybe there.
Oh yeah, because wasn't that a thing in the first one?
Yeah.
In Afterlife?
Each night they're sort of moving checkers because we don't
Yeah.
know who's the ghost, and it turns out it's Egon. So not necessarily it's going to be another Egon ghost. It's probably just disembodied like stuff happening. It's like Egon is always here, that sort of thing. And it's like that's nice. That's nice. Don't have to with the weird AI crap that's going on. It's like we don't need that now. I mean, it was sort of fine in the first one because it was a nice it was a nice surprise, but the way things are going about, bringing back people from the dead just to put them in the film is sort of like icky now. So so hopefully they'll say it's like, well, he's just going to be like a disembodied ghost, like around. It's like he's always with us. He's like Jesus.
He's like Jesus.
He's like Jesus.
Speaking of being always with us, podcast is going to be in the movie, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
He was in the trailer.
For a brief
but
second.
Yes, but he has obviously aged a little bit, so he looks a little different. But yeah, I was like, yay,
He's grown
he's
up.
my boy.
He's grown up and he's got a podcast.
He's grown up. He's got a podcast.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh my, a young man with a podcast. Great.
Great. All
Which
right.
way is he going to go? Is he going to be a Joe Rogan or is he?
Let's pray.
Let's play-
Ghostbusters.
Let's play to Egon.
Yes.
Please.
Let's pray to Egon. Please, Dr. Spangler, please. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire will be in cinemas on the 21st of March.
Yay.
Yay. Not too long to wait. All right, next trailer. Speaking of franchises, we've got another one here. This is our first trailer for Despicable Me 4.
Yay.
My God.
There's 4 of them.
There's 4 of them, and there's 2 Minions movies.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a cinematic universe.
It's the Minions cinematic universe. Yeah, the Grooniverse, if you will.
Groner.
Grooner. Anyway,
Bueller.
yeah. Bueller. This was a very typical kind of edited trailer for one of these movies. 2 needle drops, not just one. They had to have 2. We had to have Guns N' Roses and Hall & Oates for reasons. Sure.
Get the parents in.
And yeah, like, oh, there's gonna be good music. We'll be fine. Yeah, this the movie didn't. The trailer didn't do a good job of selling me this movie because I don't really know what the plot is. It's a bit all over. It's a bit all over the place. I mean, I got inklings of what it is, obviously, because they told us a little bit, but nah. I'm not in on these movies anyway. I've only seen the first one when it came out because it was new and shiny and exciting and it was massively popular and and the first movie's good. I remember enjoying it. I don't remember much about it. I just remember enjoying it. But I will continue to say that the Minions are the best part of this entire franchise, and that's probably exactly why these movies keep getting made, is because of the Minions. Everyone loves the Minions. Because I even thought to myself after I laughed, I was like, I can't believe this is making me laugh. I hate myself for laughing at this because it's so stupid. It's a kids movie, but it's not made for me. It's made for the children, and that's fine.
Give in.
But
give in to your immaturity.
Give in. Give in. Yeah, well, I cracked up at the end of the trailer when they made the drink blow up and it's just this eye against the glass. The way that they did that was pretty funny. I liked the Minions were my favorite thing about this trailer. I'm still not going to watch the movie, but
Oh.
I'm sure there will be a lot of people that will enjoy this. But the minions consistently made me laugh, so you get some points from me for that. Fulya, I'm sure, is much more interested in watching this than I am. Please, what did you think of this trailer?
Looks like it's going to be a bit of fun. They showed pretty much everything you need to know in the trailer, honestly. Even though you still seem a bit confused as to what that might be, Kendall. Essentially, this family is going on a heist, going into hiding because the villain's broken out of prison. So,
Yes.
that's all you need
Look,
to know.
I may have zoned out. I'm really
Kinda
tired.
figured. It's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Colors, shapes, sounds.
Banana. But yes, no, these movies are definitely just they only keep getting made because of the fact that it's still so popular with the children, especially the minions, and you can't have a Despicable Me movie without them. So they're just gonna keep cranking them out, and I don't blame them. I feel like though, and I hope this is the case. This might be the last one because I don't know what other minion, or not really minions, but other Despicable Me story you can make apart from going on another heist with your family or seeing the kids grow up and they turn into villains or something. I don't know. Like I think they should probably just stop at 4. They should have stopped at like the first 2, to be honest, because the third one was pretty so I don't know how this one's gonna go, but I'm still gonna watch it because I love my animated movies. So no one's gonna stop me from watching this except me.
And only
But
me.
even I won't stop myself from seeing this. So I'm gonna be seeing this.
So you're part of the problem.
Yes. Hi, my name's Fulya. I am the problem.
At least I have the excuse of having children. It's like, I need some time to myself for an hour and a half. Plonk.
Plonk.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Fulya. Michael, what about you?
Well, I was having a look. It was like, this is the same number as Hotel Transylvania. 1 to 4. Including 2 spin-offs. The Minions, 1 and 2. Rise of Gru. I've only seen the Minions movie, really. I haven't seen any of the Despicable Me. I'm going to have to rewatch them then. I'm going to have to watch them with my children. So, and
He has excuse now.
I have excuse, and they're all on Netflix. So, cool. I think we should all watch it. We got Dune, we got Schitt's Creek, and we got
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
Kendall, not
Alright.
impressed.
Yep. Sci-fi, sitcom,
Animation.
animation children. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to see it because I'm gonna have to chaperone. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. The children like it.
It's not your fault. Oh no.
It's not my fault. Yeah. Well, at least the villain, quote unquote villain, is Will Ferrell. So you got Steve Carell and Will Ferrell together again since Anchorman 2. So you got Brick and Ron Burgundy going at it. So,
Yep.
have fun.
They're going at it all right.
You seem defeated. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
We can talk about it when we all watch it together. Which is when, Kendall?
the 20th of June.
Woo!
Woo!
Yay.
Oh my god!
Winter watchings.
Winter watchings with Fred. No.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas.
Christ,
Our
no.
third and final trailer is The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, the upcoming Guy Ritchie movie starring Henry Cavill, based on a true story.
Based.
Yeah, allegedly.
For whatever
yes.
reason, I thought Henry Cavill was actually Jamie Dornan for some reason. I don't know. Might have been the beard and the scruffy hair.
That's yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah. This is, we don't usually see Henry Cavill like this, so that makes sense.
What, enjoying himself?
That makes sense. Shots fired. I love it. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, like I kind of want to watch this just for him because, yeah, you're right. He looks like he's having the fucking time of his life in this character. Like,
Come on, you're
he's
killing Nazis. I would enjoy that.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So yeah, it looks great. This movie looks pretty fun. Very Guy Ritchie, obviously. He's got his thing and he's good at it. But yeah, Henry Cavill's character's just balls to the wall nutso, and I really like it. Also Carrie Elwes being super posh and funny. I also enjoyed quite a bit.
Yes, the only American who can put on a very well British accent.
Yeah.
Unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak in an English accent.
Yeah.
I've
He's
met
the
the man.
best.
He is amazing.
Stop it.
Have you met him?
I have.
Was he at a con?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Well, I suppose Princess
Was it Oz
Bride.
Comic Con?
It was an Oz Comic Con, yes. It was a while ago,
Yeah.
but it was an Oz Comic Con.
Yeah. Was it
I
just?
guess that's
Was it just like Princess Bride stuff, or is it? Because he was also in season 2 of
Stranger
Things. He played the mayor.
Man.
I literally only got an autograph. I didn't actually get a photo with him. But I did pick out one of his Robin Hood pictures
Yeah.
for him to sign.
Yeah.
That's great.
He was really nice.
Fucking hope so.
That's good. Good.
Yeah.
I love to hear that. Thanks for sharing and restoring faith. Yeah. But yeah, no, this movie looks fun. Yeah, it was a pretty decently cut trailer. I mean, another needle drop. That's fine. But it was done better here.
Can't beat the Queen.
Can't beat the Queen. Because she's dead.
So is Freddy. Be kind.
Aimed at Freddy. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
love
she.
Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
We like Fred
yeah,
here.
no. We do. We are a Fred podcast, Fred friendly podcast. Yeah, it looks like a good movie. It looks like it'll be fun. I may check this out. May or may not at the cinemas. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Fulya, what did you think of it?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I had a laugh.
Oh, good.
I was giggling through this particular trailer. It sort of caught me off guard when I started laughing. I was like, "Oh, am I enjoying this? What?" There's a lot of action happening in here, and it's the type of action that I don't really enjoy that much. But it's the dialogue that got me enjoying it a bit more. So, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I might watch this. What is happening?
Oh, I like it.
I'm watching a Guy Ritchie film produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. What's going on?
I've seen Guy Ritchie films, but this one's just
Aladdin
really
doesn't
kind of-
count. Aladdin doesn't count.
No, come on. Come on now.
It counts.
It counts.
Does it really? I've seen a Tim Burton film, Dumbo.
I have not seen that one.
Dodged a
But
bullet.
yeah, no, it looks interesting. And yeah, I'm a little bit surprised with myself that I'm saying that I kind of want to watch this. So I just, this is where I'll leave it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Ah, all right. Yeah, short and sweet. Love it. Mike, what about you?
I might watch it as well. It looks fun. Killing Nazis.
The Nazis.
Yeah, I wonder if I can trick Phil into watching this, because you do know the story when me and Phil went to watch Inglourious Bastards.
Oh,
no.
maybe, but remind me.
Phil's a huge war buff, World War II buff, and he doesn't know much about Quentin Tarantino type of films. So I was enjoying it. I was in my element because, and Phil next to me was getting more and more angry, going, "This is
period accuracy."
yeah." He was like,
Okay.
"This doesn't happen," and he was absolutely floored that, spoiler alert, that they kill Hitler at the end. It's like, and I'm just.
I can imagine. I could just see his reaction.
Yeah. It was hilarious. I was pissing myself laughing because I've never seen someone be so mad at a film and being audibly mad. And it's like, I'm enjoying this. The film is great. You're going nuts. It's like, this. I'm gonna live in this element forever. So hopefully, I won't, because based on a true story, come on, it looks like it is embellishing a little bit,
Yeah.
or a lot. But I don't know. I'll just say there's a very good. I'll say to Phil, this is apparently this is a very good film. It's very it's very it knows its place. It's kind of like Dunkirk, that you actually see the sort of life that's actually struggling and just go into it as like, yeah, and just watch him melt. It's like, you're trying to do Inglourious Bastards, are you? Yes. Let's enjoy the film. Let's enjoy Superman killing Nazis.
Nazis.
So yeah, I'm going to be watching
Very
it, and
good.
everyone's going to be watching it. It looks like, maybe, I don't know, Kendall.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll watch it.
Yeah, when?
Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner.
Winner. Cool. Well, this comes out on the 19th of April.
Cool.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention with the Catherine O'Hara stuff.
Yes.
Beetlejuice.
Yes, Beetlejuice has a release date.
It has a release
Beetlejuice
date
2.
and it has a title.
Yeah, and I don't know what that is. What is it?
Beetlejuice. I'm not joking. It's the best title.
That's great. That's I like that a lot. Beetlejuice.
Which also, coincidentally, are they setting up for a third one?
Third.
I was gonna say, does that imply that there's gonna be a third movie?
Possibly.
Or it's like it's not a movie, it's a stage show. Because, you say it 3 times and he appears, so then Michael Keaton can be Beetlejuice in front of you.
Off Broadway. Well, there sort of is a Broadway musical on it. Are we going to do
Probably.
something similar? I don't know. But yeah, I just applaud. It's like, yes, it's a reference, and it's also very fitting. Instead of calling it Beetlejuice 2, by calling it
I like it.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Well played, Mr. Burton.
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. We'll see when the trailer drops.
Yeah,
Probably at Comic-Con.
yeah. Because Catherine O'Hara is coming back for that as well.
She is, yeah.
So there's going to be a 3-generation Deets.
Yep.
Going to be there.
All of the Deets.
Yeah, except for the father, for very obvious reasons. But anyway.
Yes. Anyway, that's Trailer Park done. We're at done, diddly on with Trailer Park. And now that means it is time for the moment, the segment, the section, the part, the place, the thing, the spot, the event of the show we like to call
Diddly-doo, 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 dun-dun, diddly-doo, 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 dun-dun.
Not culture.
Oh. Here was I hoping.
Here was you hoping. Yes, popcorn culture time, and yeah, we are going to be discussing this week the really cool series that was Masters of the Universe Revolution.
We have the power.
We have the power.
It's time for a revolution. Yeah.
It
Beetle.
is time for a revolution.
Juice. Beetle.
Juice.
Everything's connected. Haha.
Everything's connected. Yes, Masters of the Universe Revolution, the sequel series to Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's been a couple of years since the first series was out, so finally we have our follow-up to see what, transpired following the end of the last series. But this is only 5 episodes, and at this stage I don't think there are any plans to make a second part, which is interesting. And they kind of set it up for one, but I think you could, if they don't get renewed for another part, then this is, I think, a very satisfying conclusion. I think. But yeah, just my overall thoughts. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like breakneck pace. Like the way the story was moving along was so fast, but like not in a bad way. Like it was constantly just, consistently entertaining, and enjoyable. A feast for the eyes. The animation was amazing. Like, I think we all raved about the animation the first time a couple of years back, but the animation here, some of these shots were just amazing. The use of color and all of that, and certain frames were just like, I'll have that on my wall, thanks. It was really, really cool. I think they did a really great job with this. Obviously, I think well, maybe the only negative I would have to say about it is the fact that a lot of it does feel like a response to the heat the first series got. There was a lot of fans, a lot of Motu fans from back in the day that were not happy with Masters of the Universe Revelation, mostly because they didn't want Teela to be the main character of the show, and I say to that, fuck you, because why not?
Because Shearer does it. Yeah.
Revelation was good, I thought. I'm pretty sure we all really enjoyed Revelation. But yeah, it does kind of feel a little bit on the nose in terms of a response to the I'm trying to think of the word. I'm so fucking tired.
Backlash?
Backlash. Thank you. I was going to say flashback. No, it's backlash.
No, that's
backlash
time
is
travel.
the word I'm looking for. Yes, backlash. There was a lot of backlash. But apart from that, it's really good. Oh, and then there's one bit of story that happened, but we'll get to that when we talk about it. That I was like, that's a bit too much. But anyway, we'll get there. Fulya, what did you think of this?
I actually enjoyed watching through this particular series. It was good fun. Like you said, it was very well paced in terms of trying to get through the story as quickly as possible, but not rushed, which was really good. The animation was great. like you said, the colors really popped, and it was just interesting the direction they went with in this particular story, especially with the whole tech thing being, sort of amalgamated with magic as well. So it was a really interesting sort of story, and yeah, it was a bit of a shame that we didn't get to see much more of Tila, but uh, she was still there. We still got to see her for quite some time, and yeah, she had a bit of a transformation too, which was pretty cool. But I'm sure we'll talk about that later. And yeah, no, it was good. It was good to see. I enjoyed it. I was also, while I was watching the series too, I was trying to pick out all the voices. I was like, who's that? Who? Obviously, we all know that Mark Hamill was Skeletor or Skeletech in this particular
Yeah.
series.
Upgrade.
But yeah, no, it was good fun. I am sad that they couldn't get Sarah Michelle Gellar to be Tila again.
I
But
know.
Melissa Benoist did a great job as well, so
Yeah, she was
I'm
good.
okay with it. But yeah, overall it was good fun. Really enjoyed the story. So yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you? What do you think overall?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that it's only 5 episodes. And the story was evenly paced, and it was just easy to follow along. And it was a good continuation from the previous, and where it picks up, and with certain characters being introduced, are mainstays from the actual canon of He-Man, being there was. Yeah, there's a character that popped up in like 2002 version of He-Man, so they're definitely grabbing like different characters from different franchise, parts of the franchise, and also a character that was part of the Dolph Lundgren movie, which is quite fantastic, and and it's like, that's kind of cool and fitting, and yeah, so why not? Why not have everything in the same universe? That's cool. Yeah, all the character actors, the voices are great. Definitely a lot of good voiceover artists in their crafts, and very well known as well. And yeah, I almost forgot that this was a thing until I listened to the latest Fat Man Beyond, and they were talking about it. It was like, oh yes, I need to be watching that. So I turned that off, and it's like, how many? Only 5 episodes, and only like half an hour each. I can get this done. And I'm glad I did, because I really enjoyed the previous one as well, and with all its like backlash. It's like, I don't care. I'm not part of the fandom, so I'm just going to jump in where I am here. So it was great.
Good. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, the story for this, as you know, I maybe hinted at earlier with like, this show being a response to the backlash. He-Man is definitely the main character of this season, and that's fine. And it worked for me. It was nice to see a bit more of him, as someone like, well, pretty much all of us. This is really our first engagement with Masters of the Universe, in terms of being involved with the show, watching it, and fandom and stuff. So yeah, yeah, it was nice to kind of get a bit more of him, and all of that. And I like Chris Wood's performance as Adam. I think he does a really, really good job. He kind of nails the gravitas required for both the young prince and the He-Man he becomes.
He does both.
Really, really
he
great.
does both voices, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I was trying to think. It was like,
talented.
wow, they're very, very different. They're very Batman-esque. where
Yeah.
where the difference between where there is a good difference between Batman and Bruce Wayne. It's kind of great.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, basically, the end of Revelation, Skeletor was, had fallen under Motherboard's influence, and so we get to see the fallout of that in this season. Because I feel like I don't know if you guys would agree, but I feel like this season is as much Skeletor's story as it is He-Man's. Maybe even more so to a degree. Because we learned some things about Skeletor we were not expecting to learn. I will say, but yeah, basically, he's Skeletech now, which I love that little moment where okay, well, he named himself. I now realize because he was pretending to be the dude when he said the name, and then Motherboard was pretending to be him, and yeah. Anyway, it's all a wash.
You had to be.
But you had to be there. What was the bloody the brother's name? Is it Keldor? Is that his name? It was
Teldor.
Teldor. I thought it was Keldor.
Yeah, Keldor. Sorry, not T.
Keldor. There we go. Keldor. Thank you. Yeah. So Skeletor's Skeletech, and the first episode as well, I thought was really good in terms of opening up just the story and getting the ball rolling, and because I guess Adam's story the overarching theme is like he cannot both have the sword and the scepter. How can you reconcile He-Man with the king he's supposed to be now that his father's died? So yeah, which is a great exploration. It's a little, it's been done before in a lot of, shows and movies like this. This person of royalty who has to make a choice between the two paths in their life. How can they have both, sort of thing, and live successfully and serve their country, serve their nation. So, but I thought they did a really good job of it. In the end, it all kind of. I mean, it did kind of wrap up conveniently, didn't it? With him being the way he was able to do both. Yeah, but it's fine. I thought it was fine. Fulya, do you have any thoughts on He-Man's story this season?
His story was interesting. I do think that he could have had a sort of like a better story. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't there were things about He-Man and his journey into figuring out what he wants and who he wants to be. Just kind of got a little bit sort of it was a bit missed. There were that I kind of it's hard for me to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They were just when we said at the beginning of that the series was very quickly paced but not rushed. I still feel they kind of missed a few things with Adam.
They could have expanded upon his sort of dilemma.
Yeah. I feel like that's
between the power of He-Man and also being a legion of being in charge.
Yeah, I suppose they didn't spend a lot of time working out the depth of these characters. I think a lot of it maybe was very surface level stuff.
Yeah.
The plot was kind of more what took center stage in terms of there are all these working pieces moving around, and this is what we're doing, and we have to get this and do that and this and this is really this and that. So there's not really a lot of time for Adam to kind of have a, which is weird. They probably could have, but again, I think maybe they were more concerned with the Keldor story, I suppose, because that was the one I think that got the most attention. I don't know if you guys agree. Maybe the show would have benefited from more episodes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or change the
I
name
kinda-
He-Man to Skeletor, so it's his show. And
Yeah.
the first one should have been Tila.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit more explanation as to what was going on with Adam would have been nicer.
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, in terms of just the series, like over the 5 episodes, it actually it still worked out well. I just wanted a little bit more insight into what was happening. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. What did you think of and like literally when I watched it with a couple of friends and we all were like, he looks like Thor now. What did you Fulia, what did you think of his Thor like transformation at the end?
Is it because he's got a cape?
Yes, it's all
Is
in
that
the
the
cape.
sole reason he has a cape?
It's kind of
Honestly- Go on.
I was just gonna say quickly. It's kind of like like the story that they're telling. Like I said before, like it's a story that's kind of been done before. Like it's even similar to Thor's story of like whether or not he should be the king of Asgard kind of thing. And it's Adam's like, well, I don't know if I'm ready to do this, and I don't want to. I have the sword, I have the power. Now I have to give it up to be king. Like, what am I supposed to do? So maybe they were like, oh, let's lean into the Thor-ness and make him look like a Hemsworth if there's ever a live action adaptation. That'd be very funny. Anyway, yeah, what did you think?
Look, honestly, I feel like He-Man's the He-Man look. He's definitely a lot more muscle than what Thor is.
Yeah.
But also he doesn't have much costume.
And
No.
that's a bad
No.
thing.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
Depends on which side your crumpet is buttered. Both sides, maybe.
So your crumpet is fun.
I'm sorry, did I break the internet?
Just
maybe a
I've
little
never heard that expression before. I love it. I love that. Sorry. Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, like I don't know, like I don't mind the transformation. He's just very he's just a very bulky man. He's very
Yes.
bulky.
This is true.
I don't know that I see the Thorness in the He-Man look.
You think he's too bulky to look like Thor?
Yeah, I think.
Right.
He has
I
a
feel like
mullet.
But he like the Thor, the Dark World, like the long hair with it tied back behind him, and he's got the armor going on, and the cape. I don't know. It looked like Thor. Anyway, that was just me.
Are you
Yeah.
okay, Kendall? Good.
I'm
That we can't see what you can see.
can't see what I can see. What?
That we can't see what you can see.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I'm tired. Have I mentioned that I'm tired? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Not everything's part of Marvel.
No.
Coming from me,
It really
you talked
isn't.
about poor things of the equivalent of the Spider-Verse. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
everything's
Michael,
connected. Yes.
everything's connected. What did you make of Adam / He-Man's story in Revolution?
Yeah. I can see the criticisms of it not like dwelling into the sort of story arc, but I think because this is sort of aimed for like a family viewing, everything's like surface level, and I didn't really mind it because this week I was watching Avatar 2, that it's sort of surface level of like themes as well. It's that you sort of get what they're sort of getting at, and I think it's sort of the same here. Like expecting something a bit more deep and meaningful, and seeing the dualities of should I do this for my for the empire, or should I do it for the protection? Can I be a leader and a protector at the same time? And and it could have been all about that, but there's also other like B plots in the fire as well, and they're sort of fighting for dominance, and that's what the Skeletor Keylor. Anyway,
Elor, yeah, that's it.
whatever, Captain Kirk, him, that guy, and his struggle, and I enjoy that struggle as well. And with the big transformation, we sort of had that in the previous series as well. So more of an upgrade. It's like, hey, some more stuff, more toys to buy. That's all. Maybe skeptical, but and I don't know. I kind of like this. I kind of like at the end where it was sort of like a Sailor Moon sort of transformation. It's like Beauty and the Beast sort of. It's always fun to just watch that. It's like, yeah, I know what I'm into, and so I didn't mind the fact that they rushed. Like it's like, oh, I feel sad. Oh, I need to be doing something now. I don't know. Maybe that aspect could have benefit another 5 episodes, having a series break in between, as what is tend to be done nowadays. I don't know. I kind of like it as a 5 and done. So
yeah, it does feel that way.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice the storyline for something quick and easy, so we can get it over and done with, but enjoyable at the same time.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. Well, I mean, speaking of characters not getting as much love and attention, or depth this season. I mean, Tila, her story this season, I kind of, well, okay. I liked it, but I didn't like it. Only because she's like insanely OP now. Like you what can you do with her? Like if they made more, what are they gonna do with her? Like what is their story? Because like whatever the threat, obviously Skeletor is still around, so like whatever he's gonna break out of Grayskull and do next, they're just gonna be like, all right, back in you go. Like they're just gonna give him a stern talking to, because at this point there's no.
Well, they just do what they did here. Like no magic can be used, and they have to go off to insert something into a sword.
Yes. But anyway, but I thought it was nice that she, cause her story in the first season, like in Revelation, I really liked, and it was really, really cool, and the fact that she ended up being the sorceress by the end and taking over the role that her mother had done before her, and so it was nice to see that kind of continued, and yeah, and then I kind of liked how she was like, okay, we need to fix this, we need to restore Preternia so Randor the king can go to get his eternal reward and all of that. So I kind of like that she had that personal connection or motivation to like bring back Preternia, and then how that then I guess connected to the main story, and getting to see more of her and Evelyn together was a great thing. I'm so glad they brought Evelyn back, and she's definitely one of the best characters in this show, I would say.
Evil?
And good.
Oh,
I am good.
That hurt my heart. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
Cheesy, but I loved it.
Yeah. Cheesy but good. yeah, I really liked seeing the two of them together, and their like, connection with the what's the name of the bloody dragon? I've forgotten the name of the dragon.
Smaug.
Yes,
Smaug.
Smaug. We'll call you Smaug because I can't.
Granomir?
Granomir, thank you.
As
Granomir,
better as
voiced
Smaug.
by John Delancey, which was really great. He did a really good job. But yeah, I liked this dragon. I thought Granomir was great, and yeah, how Evelyn was connected to what had happened with the dragon and everything, and she was trying to do the right thing for once. I thought that was nice. Yeah, so I really liked seeing them a lot together, and then yeah, seeing Tila become like this master, like as she's trying to master this other type of magic, and she becomes like this like snake woman, and she looked really cool. Yeah, no, yeah, not as much time with Tila this season, which is fine, I suppose, because we had a lot of her previously, but no, I thought she was good, and as you mentioned earlier, Fulya, Melissa Benoist is no Sarah Michelle Gellar, of course, but I think in terms of taking over the character, she did a really good job. And plus, it was just I'm just such a fangirl because she's Supergirl, and she's married to Chris Wood, and now they're playing Tila and He-Man in this, and I just kept yelling at the TV, "Kiss, kiss already, kiss!"
And
Just
they did.
smooshed their faces together, and they did, and it was great. I was really happy. So yeah, Julia, what are your thoughts on Tila in Revolution?
I mean, it was an interesting sort of story for Tila in her particular adventure and journey. The fact that she was trying to find the power she needed to be able to help defeat Skeletek. But also, I think for her, it was more trying to get. Oh, what was the place called where heroes go to lay rest their
Britannia.
spirits? Britannia, yes, that's the one. So
Yeah.
the fact that she was
Valhalla.
trying the fact
Yes.
that she was trying to gain power in order to get Britannia back. That was an interesting little journey for her. I love the fact that she got a bit of a transformation, into the snake woman.
Woman.
And she was pretty cool. And yeah, it's it was funny when she revealed herself to He-Man, and he was like, "What happened to you?"
Yeah.
It's like, "I'll explain later."
It's a fair question.
But yeah, I'm just a little bit sad that we didn't get much of Tila this time around. The fact that I agree with you, Kendall. The fact that she teamed up with Lynn was actually really cool. It was just a little jarring to see Lynn being so nice.
Being good.
In her own way, of course, but still, it was just a bit, just a bit jarring being so nice and helpful. But it was good to see Lynn return, and yeah, that connection she had with Granomir was also really interesting too. It was not something that you would have seen. I don't think we would have got. It wouldn't have made sense to have that story being revealed in Revelations. So this was a nice place to do it, especially because the dragon was key to Tila getting the powers and stuff. So yeah, no, it was good. I just wish there was a bit more of Tila, but yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what about you? What'd you make of Tila?
Yeah, it's kind of cool that there's different sort of planes that they're playing with, like with the sort of spiritual aspect and having that sort of character to deal with that, because everything is more metaphysical with He-Man dealing with his thing, and then you have Skeletor dealing with like the past and present, and then you have Afterlife. So I kind of like this sort of like a kind of like a Venn diagram of three things sort of coming together. It's like I kind of like that, and yeah, well, wish I could do more, but I'm an adult because I want to see more, like something substantial, like I've been talking about the He-Man subplot. They're all pretty much equal. So yeah, same excuse really. I wish I had another 5 episodes so I could deal with more stuff, but we got what we got, and I enjoyed her ride as well, of her becoming most powerful being in the universe, of walking on different planes of existence, but she still needs the He-Man.
She still needs her He-Man.
Still needs her He-Man to say, "Hey, come, bring it all together. You can do this." She doesn't need a He-Man. She needs a hype man.
Needs a hype man.
Needs a hype man to get everything together. Hype. All good.
Hype. Nice. The other character I was hinting at that I think had probably next to Teela in the first season had the best story arc, that was Orko. He was probably him and Evil Lyn I think were my 2 favorites, and they had a nice pairing in Revelation. So yeah, you don't get to see too much of them together in this, but that's fine. It was nice to kind of see Orko at full power the whole season. Because I mean, obviously they've done, they did their story with him in Revelation, and it was amazing. I really liked it a lot. So here he's definitely much more of the side character, which sucks, but it's, again, like we've been saying, if there were more episodes, maybe there could have been more. But I did kind of get like little laughs out of this kind of hilarious, these interactions with this character Gwildor, I think his name was, because they have to take the power sword to him to figure out a way to use it to cure the people of Eternus, to so the motherboard and everything, and what Hordak doesn't can stop infecting all of them, and they can get all of them back, and that's how they've got to do it. So so not much for Orko to do this season, but I don't know, those little interactions were a bit fun, and like I said, it was nice to see him at peak power through the season. Fulya, did you have any thoughts on Orko?
I don't know. He didn't really have much dialogue in this particular season.
No.
I did like the fact that when they had to go and visit, what was his name? For him to the dwarf that had to look after the sword and make it powerful.
Wasn't his name Gwildor? I literally just said Gwildor.
Yeah, Gwildor.
Was it Gwildor? Okay, sorry.
Isn't it Gwildor? I swear it was Gwildor.
Yeah. The version of Orko in the Dolph Lundgren movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Gwildor. Yeah.
Gwildor. All right, cool. Just the fact that it was just those two, the interaction those two had was good fun. Just because they were trying to one up each other, which was pretty funny. But apart from that, we didn't really get to see much more of Orko, which made me sad. Yeah, because Orko's cute.
Yeah, side character doing a side quest. Fitting.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mike, do you have anything to add, or? Probably not.
Probably the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, like the meta commentary on that, because that character was created for the live action movie, because Orko would be pretty hard to do in live action, especially in the 80s, where everything was like not as high tech as we have it today, and having a creature that flies around that has no face but eyes. We're thinking of flying Jawa, just flying around. It's like, it's unbelievable. Let's have like just a weird orc thing, just thing with a beard. There we go, with pointy ears and nose. There we go.
It's fine.
So I appreciate the sort of deep cut for that. And them
It's
trying to
clever.
one-up each other is kind of fitting, because they're essentially the same character.
Yeah. It was pretty clever. I did when I watched it, I didn't actually know that that was the connection. So that's it's very clever. Nice little nod. Cool. Well, I guess, it might be worth just talking about the bigger story in this season, which was that of Skeletor / Keldor. I really liked what they did with him, just in terms of, some of it was predictable and then some of it wasn't. Like, we kind of called. I mean, it's very easy to call that, like, when Keldor shows up, and then in episode 2 you get the backstory, you find out who he is, and in terms of like, he's the rightful heir to the throne, and he's been cast out and all this, and they thought he was dead, and turns out he's alive. And so I literally, me and my friends were like, so how long until he betrays them? And then there was that one moment where he like smiles evilly, and we're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. But I gotta give him fucking kudos, because when it was revealed that Keldor was Skeletor, as in like Skeletor was appearing as Keldor before the other reveal that I'm going to talk about in a sec, when they did that reveal, I was like, oh, that's good. I really like that. Like, none of us saw that coming. I thought that was brilliant. I loved it. And then they had to go the extra mile and actually make Skeletor Keldor. And that I didn't like as much. I thought that was a little too much. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was also like, is this... I'm not really familiar with Masters of the Universe and how things work, but I don't know if this is a storyline original to this show. It might be. I don't know if it's canon or not, that Keldor is A, a character that exists, and B, is actually Skeletor. I mean, I would love to hear what Mark and Kevin have to say on an episode of Fat Men Beyond about this. If I happen to catch them streaming on YouTube, I'll fucking jump in the chat and be like, tell me! Answer the questions. Answer my question. Because I'm really curious. I want to hear them talk about it. But anyway, I know, I like the reveal of like Keldor not actually being there, and it was Skeletor all along. But then the fact that they kind of reverse it, and it's like, no, Keldor was there. Skeletor is Keldor. Because at first I was like, what are they doing with, like, him seeing Keldor? Like, he starts seeing this, like, tech apparition sort of him around, and we were just like, what's this? What are they doing? We just kind of thought, like, when Motherboard fried him, that it just kind of made him a bit crazy, but then it turned out, oh no, it actually unlocked a part of his brain that was his memory that was dormant and gone. So so I didn't love that. I thought it was unnecessary, to be honest, but it's fine. I've seen worse things. But it was fine. And I mean, Mark Hamill killed it, of course. The fact that you had technically Mark Hamill and William Shatner voicing technically the same character. That was a lot of fun.
Having a conversation with themselves.
Having a conversation, fucking Captain Kirk and Luke Skywalker just going back and forth. That's pretty fucking sick. And just might I add, William Shatner did a fantastic job. The man is in his 90s, and that voice does not sound a day over 75. Like, I don't know what he's done to his voice, or if they did anything to his voice for this, but it's fucking Shatner, I guess. You know, he's just great.
He's just Shatnering that up.
Yep. But yeah, no, those are pretty much my thoughts on the whole Skeletor Keldor thing. Yeah, it was good, it was great, and then it was okay. TLDR. Yeah, Fulya, what did you think? How did Skeletor, Keldor, how did the story go for you?
Yeah, I was it was interesting because I loved Mark Hamill as Skeletor, and he was eating up the scenes. It was so good.
Yes, as he does. Of course.
I loved it. I found that I was actually enjoying the scenes with Skeletor more and more the more I watched the episodes. I too was caught by surprise with the whole Keldor Skeletor thing. First, that episode where they gave us the backstory for Keldor, and then he appears at the palace. And it was interesting because when that happened, I was like you. I was like, oh, okay, he's here to take the throne. He's gonna, do a bait and switch and be like, haha, I'm gonna be evil now. And I was waiting for that moment. Like, it was very predictable, like you said. And I was just waiting for it. I'm like, he's gonna be named the king. He's gonna get the crown. And then there's gonna be a moment where we're gonna see him do the sly, evil smile. And then I'm like, there it is. We were waiting for it. Something's gonna happen. He's gonna betray the kingdom and whatever. So I literally called it. And then, but I was not expecting the fact that it was going to be the fact that Skeletor was Keldor, and that took me by surprise. So, well done to the writers for that one. That was really cool. Yeah, it was an interesting sort of journey for Skeletor to be like, Adam He-Man is, under kind of like under my control. I got him in the palm of my hand and whatever. And now that we've got ownership of the kingdom, we can do whatever the heck we want. And it was good. I was also very annoyed that this was what Skeletor's idea of fun was going to be. No, I didn't think that wasn't really the thing. It was more so just the fact that he was after more power, and the more power he sought, the more he got. But then, consequences by the end of it. And yeah, it was it was good. It was very interesting. It definitely, took me by surprise, the whole Skeletor Keldor story. Yeah, like the fact that it ended up being that what was it? Oh my gosh, my brain just had a little moment now. I've forgotten what's going on.
The big bad.
Hordak.
Hordak?
Hordak? Isn't it Hordak? Isn't that the guy?
Keith David.
I don't even know where my train of thought was going. I've forgotten.
Great.
Never mind. It's gone.
Shut up.
I'll figure it out after I start editing.
Future Fulya, insert your idea here.
Yes. Do it.
Anyway, it was good.
Overall, it was good.
Mike, what did you make of Skeletor's story?
Yeah. kind of cool that they found a way to actually bring him back after his defeat from the previous. Cool. Don't know if there's going to be any more. So it was a nice closure at the end of what was happening. And with the doing the opposite now, Calor's the main person and Skeletor is in his head. So possibly still have the same dynamic of talking to himself and plotting but he's in jail now. He's in jail. Convicted. Jail. And yeah, I really the contextual aspect of Luke Skywalker interaction with Kirk that doesn't pass me. It's cool. It's kind of cool, which is kind of weird because I think there was a time that both Shatner and Hamill didn't like each other for a bit.
Oh.
I think more Shatner than anything because with that when Shatner was doing the speak version of one of them of one of the songs that he did. Crap. Rocket Man. That's it. He did it for like a reward show or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it was an award show. Yeah, he kind of sang Rocket Man by Elton John.
Yeah, and one of the cameras like went to the crowd, and I think it was Mark Hamill who was sort of laughing as like, "What the hell is this?" And it sort of got back to Shatner going, "Oh, screw you, Skywalker." He's like, "Shut up." Yeah,
Shut it.
I don't know. Plenty of water under the bridge right now. I think that was like during the 70s or something like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But having him as the overall baddie of overpowering the others, and that I'm glad I didn't have that episode on TV when the kids were around, because having a decapitated head in a box is kind of confronting for a child.
Yeah. What's in the box?
What's in the box? Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Or Pepper Potts. Here we go.
And the hits keep coming.
Yeah. Everything goes back to Marvel. Shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So kind of cool that Skeletor it claims his throne as the big bad, and
yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And overall, will there be more? Don't know. Doesn't matter. It was a good end to a good saga of Revolution.
Revolution. Yeah. And I think before we wrap up, I think just I'd like to shout out. I'm pretty sure Bear McCreary came back to do the score again. I didn't actually verify that, but the music sounded very much like his score.